Hello friends, welcome to Programming Concepts. My name is Amit and this is part 36 of ASP.NET Core MVC tutorial. In this video, we will talk about what are anchored tag helpers in .NET Core MVC. This is continuation to part 35, customizing tag helpers. So please watch it before proceeding to this one. I shared the link in the description. Let's get back to Visual Studio. And this is the project which we are working on. If you look at our layout page, we have already created a few anchor elements, but we placed just hash within href for the time being. Now let's say I want to navigate to delete employee page when anybody clicks on about us. So what should be the URL in this case? If you look at our routing, let's go to startup.cs class. We already discussed routing in part 18 and 19 of this video series. Please watch these videos if you are new to routing concepts. So here we prepare our middleware in such a way that when request came to this middleware, it will try to parse the URL in controller/action name format. So if we need to route it to delete employee view, then first we need to specify its controller name and then its action name. Let's go to employee controller, and here you can see the action name is delete employee. So the valid URL will be employee/delete employee. Let's specify that on our layout page. So instead of hash, specify /employee/delete employee. Let's also change the name from about us to delete to avoid any confusion. All right. Similarly, if we want, say, when anybody clicks on home, it should display index view. So here as well, instead of hash, specify /employee/index. And that's it. Run the program. If you click on delete, it will route to delete employee. And if you click on about us, it will route to index page. Simple. We are able to achieve our purpose without tag helpers. We are using the traditional HTML elements and everything is working as expected. So why tag helpers? We'll see that in just a bit. Let's get back to our slide. If you remember, in our previous videos, we see that to convert a normal HTML element to an HTML helper element, we have to apply attributes exposed by these tag helper classes. So here is a list of attributes exposed by anchored tag helper: ASP controller, ASP action, ASP route with value, ASP route, asp-all-route-data, ASP fragment, and ASP area. We will try to cover all of them as we go through this tutorial, but for now, just focus on ASP controller and ASP action. Let's use them in delete employee link. Let's get back to Visual Studio and apply ASP-controller. As the name suggests, it will target our controller and set it to employee. You can see the color change to bold purple. This means that now our HTML element is targeted by our anchored tag helper. Alright, let's quickly apply ASP action and set it to delete employee. Now we don't need an href attribute, so delete it. Let's save and refresh the page. Click on delete and it will route to employee/delete employee. And if you click on home, it will route to employee/index. Alright, getting desired output with both HTML element and HTML tag helper. Now let's assume for any reason, let's say your SEO team told you to place the action name before the controller name in your routing. Then what will happen? Let's see that. Go to startup.cs class, stop the application, and place action before the controller. And let's run the program once again. Click on delete, and you can see the page is correct, but the URL looks incorrect. It does not contain the controller name. Can you guess why? Let's go to startup.cs class. As you can see, by default, we set the controller name to employee. That's why. When we change the default routes, then .NET frameworks avoid controller or action name in case of controller or action name which sets to default is in the URL. Alright, let's delete the default controller and action name. Let's create another controller and let's name it career. So right click, add controller, and the name will be career. Click OK. Let's create another view. Just right click and add a new view. No need to change the name and click on OK. Specify the H1 element within view and let's say career, and that's it. Let's go to layout page, set the attributes for career links as well. So ASP controller is equal to career and ASP action is equal to index. Let's run the program. You can see page not found because we haven't specified default controller and action. Let's route to index/employee. Why index/employee? Because we changed our routing to action/controller. Index is our action and employee is our controller. That's why. Click on career and you can see working as expected. Correct URL. Now click on delete. You can see we are getting desired URL because we haven't specified default controller or action name. Now click on home, which we had created with the HTML anchor element. Here we get a page not found exception because if you observe the URL, HTML element is unable to update its URL as per .NET Core MVC routing. The URL we defined is with HTML anchor element is static and it is still targeting controller/action. Simple. Tag helper is helpful in case when we change our routing. It will manage the URL automatically. Another use case will be if we have to create our application URL with a specific prefix tag. Let's say we need to change our routing where every URL includes pro concepts at the beginning. In that case also, our anchor tag helper manages to create an accurate route. Let's see that. Let's go to startup.cs class, stop the application, add pro concepts in the beginning of our routes. And let's run the program. First navigate to pro concepts/index/employee. Now you need to click on delete, see the correct route, click on career, and it will also work without any issue. Obviously home will not work because URL is static and not updated as per our URL routes. Alright then, this is the anchor tag helper. Hope you find it interesting. That's it in this video. If you have any queries related to the content of this video, do ask me in comments. Till then, thanks for watching.